Hey everyone, how are you doing today? I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. Today is a very exciting day here at our house because where I live in North Dakota, we're currently getting snowmageddon, the snowpocalypse, winter number 3. I'll give a bit of a picture of our deck right now, and it's not supposed to start snowing until like tomorrow night. So we're supposed to get maybe even upwards of 30 inches of snow. We'll see how it is, but I have never experienced a snow like this. My first time actually being quite this snowed in. So by the time it finishes snowing, we're planning quite the family adventure outside, building a snow den. It should be quite quite fun. But for now, I'm enjoying being inside in my super cozy house, my super cozy sweater. I'm sitting here drinking jasmine tea. It's all very lovely, to be honest. Like right behind the camera, I'm staring out our patio deck door, and it is just a complete blizzard out there. I'm so happy to be inside here just chatting with you guys. Today is going to be an update to my Shop My Stash. I've been doing this about once a month. So I will go through all the products that I have been using for the past month. If there's anything to relate about thoughts about those products, I will tell you, and then I'll show you all the stuff that I have pulled out to use for the month of April and into the beginning of May. Okay, let's jump right in. So starting off with base products, in addition to my Project Pan foundation, I have been trying a bunch of different samples, and I had this one, which is a sample from Fenty. This is the Fenty Eavesdrop, and I'm gonna be giving like a full review of this at some point in a future speed reviews video, but let's just say I don't like it. It really did not work for me, which I was so surprised, but there's that. I'm definitely not going to be even finishing this little sample. Last month I wanted to pull out some of my favorite lip products to try, so I had my NARS Dolce Vita lipstick out. I don't know, I kind of reach for this one anyway, even when it's not in my Shop My Stash, but you know, I liked having it out on my vanity, like, ooh, I get to use that this month. Same with this one from Revlon. This is Revlon Sparkling Honey. Loved it. Let's see, I also had a couple glosses. Maybelline Lifter Gloss, that's going back. I had this, oh, what do they call this from NARS? The Velvet Lip Glide. I think I used this, yeah, just a couple times. I always like using this product. I think it's really good. This product, however, I think I need to declutter it. It is from Floss. It is a gigantic nude colored lip gloss. This is the shade Lax. It's called My New Favorite Lip Gloss. I got this ages ago in a subscription box, and it's just one of those products I never really reached for. I had other things I liked more, but it was getting to the point where I'm like, I need to pan that. Like if I like it enough to pan it, I need to get it out of my collection because it's getting old. Unfortunately, I think the time is past for this. It's starting to smell a little odd, just not quite the same, like not quite rancid yet, but you know, just not quite the same. Also, I decided I really don't like how it looks on my lips. It's just a little too flesh toned for me, and it's just not right. It's just not right. So this is gonna go. I had pulled out a couple different highlighters. This one from Phytosurgence. I have the Spectral Shine in the shade Fresh Fog. Again, I'm trying to hold it so you guys don't get blinded. I do enjoy wearing, I don't even know if you can even see it. Yeah, there you can. Anyway, that's going back to my collection, and I had also pulled out this loose highlighter from Sydney Grace in the shade Candied Peach. It was actually really, really pretty to wear, and I might just actually leave this out. This is a beautiful highlighter for the spring, like with this kind of peachy color. No, for now I'll put it back. If I want it again, I'll pull it out again. Oh my goodness, I had pulled out so much blush. I think I say this every month. I had such a glorious time with my blushes last month. I'm not gonna like talk too much about each blush, but I'll quick show them to you because I am going to be putting them back and pulling out a whole new pile of blushes. So I'll be putting back my Undone Beauty Blush in the shade Rosewood. And by the way, I did use each of these blushes more than once. I don't know, I had such a great time with these. I have my Tower 28 Beach Please blush in the shade Magic Hour, my Patrick Ta Monochrome Moment blush in the shade She's Passionate. The one I'm wearing today is this one from Ilia. This is the the Multi-Stick in the shade At Last. My little mini Rare Beauty. This is the liquid blush in the shade Bliss. My other Rare Beauty blush, I have the Melting Touch blush in the shade Nearly Neutral. My M Cosmetics serum blush in the shade Venetian Rose. And you guys, oh, the rejoicing was great. I found my other M Cosmetics blush. If you saw the video where I was talking about this, I was positive that my cat had knocked it off my vanity somewhere. Well, I was right. I found this wedged under a piece of furniture that only a cat could have managed to get it in that spot. I could just visualize my cat just, you know, doing the thing and getting it smashed back in there. And anyway, I found it. I'm so happy because this was my newest blush and I couldn't believe that I had lost it. Oh, it was a thing for several days trying to find it, but I finally did. This So Soft blush in the shade Pearl Tea. Oh, so pretty. So happy I found it, but this is going safely back into my stash. I had pulled out a ton of cream products last month to use to try as for like eye bases. One was this Laura Mercier Caviar Stick in the shade Au Naturel. I actually really liked using this as an eye base and just as a single matte shadow, so that worked really well for that. One that didn't work so well as an eye base, I still like this product though, these Revlon cream eyeshadow little palettes. I have the shade Not Just Nudes, and I wanted to test the cream shade and the little matte matte tan shade to see if they would work well, kind of like the MAC paint pots as a base, and unfortunately they did not make my eye makeup last longer. There's something about the texture of these though, they're so creamy. I still like to use them, I just don't expect my eye makeup to last a long time when using these. And speaking of MAC paint pots, I was testing the shade Groundwork to use as an actual eye base, and yes, I do like it as an eye base. I kind of surprised myself though, because I initially bought this just to use as a single eyeshadow, like all over just one shade look. And I've actually decided there's something about the tone of this that makes me look kind of tired. I don't know why. It's not like it's got red in it or anything, but when I wear this by itself, I'm not as big of a fan of it. I like to pair it with other things, and then it's fine. But yes, confirmed that as an eye base, this does work very well as an eye primer. And then I had pulled out several potted shadows that I just wanted to use, and I don't really know if I reached for these enough. I might just keep these out, again, on my vanity to try and use them in the next month. Revlon Color Stay in the shade Praline, Maybelline Color Tattoo in the shade Socialite, and the Revlon Color Stay in the shade Caramel. Okay, let's talk about all the products that I'm going to be pulling out. Okay, so I have my Project Pan foundation. This will be staying in, of course, but I have other sample foundations to try. I have the new, what's this called? Oh yes, the new Makeup Forever HD Skin Foundation. I really like the Makeup Forever Reboot, so this is the one that has been getting pretty interesting reviews. People either really like it or really hate it. So I'm excited to give that a try. Highlighter, I'm gonna pull out my pink one from Becca, the shade Rose Quartz. This is one that does not get a whole lot of use from me, not because I don't like it, I don't know, I just don't wear it much for whatever reason, but spring I feel is the time to pull out the pink highlighter. I'm also going to pull out this from Nabla. I always love pulling this one out. I love this one. This is the Skin Glazing in the shade Ozone. I feel like now as I'm getting, I don't know, further down into the product, it's just getting like creamier and creamier. It's not a cream product. It is, you know, it's a powder product, but there's just something about it where I feel like it's even better now. I mean, oh my, look. Absolutely lovely. Really looking forward to using these. Once again, I am going to pull out so much blush. So much blush. So first of all, I have a blush that's in a Project Flower Beauty blush balm in the shade Pinched. And I literally just got this yesterday, day before. I was at Walmart preparing for the winter storm and my Walmart finally has Profusion. I was like, what? I didn't even realize that my Walmart had gotten Profusion in. So Profusion has a new cream blush, liquid blush, I should say. Look at that. It's just an interesting thing. I haven't even tried it out yet, so it's definitely going in this Shop My Stash. This is called the Blush Hour Soft Matte Liquid Blush. I have the shade Rosé. It has such an interesting applicator. You're supposed to shake it up really well, and it comes out like that. And yeah, I think that is so just different. Rosé is way more peachy than I expected. I was expecting something a little more pink, but that's okay. And it's very serum-y, very light. I'm looking forward to giving that a try. I'm gonna pull out my Merit Cheek Color in the shade Cheeky, which that's that one there. Time for this shade of the Glossier Cloud Paint to come out. This is the shade Beam. It feels so funny pulling out spring makeup and staring at a gigantic snowdrift out my window. There's Beam, my MAC Glow Play blush in the shade So Natural, which is here. My cheek and lip tint from Floss Beauty in the shade Sandals, which looks like this. My little heart-shaped Colourpop blush, so cute. This is the shade My Type. My packaging on this is broken. I have to be really careful for it not to fall out. I tried to glue it in and it still comes right out of the packaging. But anyway, I figured this is the perfect time of year to pull out this very, very cool toned pink. This shade right now is like in for some reason. Like it's not really a shade that I would think would catch people's attention, but this shade of blush right now is very, very popular. Put it up there at the top. Just a couple more blushes. I have this one, I have this one from Neutrogena. This is actually, I think, one of my oldest blushes in my entire collection. This is the Healthy Skin Blush in the shade Rosy. I just don't use this one very much. To me, it's such a spring blush for whatever reason. I tend to reach for this one only seasonally, but truth be told, I could wear that whenever. And then lastly, I think it's finally time to try this cream blush from Fenty. This has been sitting in my collection for several months. This came out in like a holiday collection, but it's the shade Peach Face. And I just haven't been, you know, wearing peach blush this winter. And now I'm wanting to wear peach blush, so I'm excited to finally give this one a true test. I have worn it a couple times, and it is like a bright, bright peach. And that's it there. I'm excited to finally get some thoughts on that. So those are all the blushes I'm going to be pulling out for the next 30 days or so. I'm really excited about it. I'm going to be so happy. I'm going to pull out just a few lip products. I'm so focused on some Project Pan lip products, but I want to pull out some fun spring colors. These are probably going to stay out for, I feel like, a couple months. So this is from YSL. This is, what is this called? The Rouge Volupte Shine. And the shade I have is called Rose Dentelle. This is a very sheer, balmy lip product. It is absolutely lovely. Smells slightly fruity, but I think it is such a pretty spring shade. Then from Wet n Wild, I have this Cloud Pout in the shade Girl, You're Whipped. I really wish I didn't buy this color. I feel like I tried it one time after I bought it and I was like, oh, it's just so bright. But I'm kind of hoping that I might be, I don't know, into it now. It is much more of a spring color than I would normally buy, just more pink. So that's it right there. These smell just like cotton candy. They smell really, really good. Oops, I just got my nose with it. I'm hoping that I can come to like this color because the formula is so interesting. It's called the Marshmallow Lip Mousse. It is very moussey. Anyway, I really should get more use out of that. And something else I'm really excited to use actually is this one from Rare Beauty. This is one of the lip gloss balm. I can't remember what these are actually called. And of course it doesn't say on it, but this is the shade Nearly Apricot. And this is one of those products that is like a gloss balm hybrid. I just love this type of product. It looks kind of bright in the tube, but truly it's more of a sheer product and it is so, so lovely, so pretty. I've been totally neglecting this just because of the shade, and now that spring is here, guys, I don't know if you can hear the wind whistling past the window. It's absolutely wild outside. But I'm gonna say it again, spring is here and I'm interested to pull out these colors again. Okay, let's talk about some eye products. I do have a couple more cream shadows that I wanna make sure I use this next month. First of all, this one from Ulta. This is the Bouncy eyeshadow in the shade Italian Ice. These are very similar in texture to the Colourpop Super Shock shadows, but this particular formula isn't nearly as glittery. It's more of a very soft glitter. Isn't that beautiful? That is so pretty. I love that. Looking forward to wearing this. And then I also pulled out one of my Phytosurgence cream shadows in the shade Chilled Cherry, which is right there. Ooh, I got kind of a heavy swatch. It looks more purpley in that swatch than pink. I'm looking forward to wearing that one too. And then I am going to pull out some powder shadows. So this time of year, I do want to wear kind of more pastel-y tones. Like I know it's very much a thing in the spring, but I don't know, I must get affected by what everyone else is wearing, and I want to pull out my pastel tones as well. So I made myself a palette of singles from my singles collection. And this whole top row is actually my Depotted Kaja Orange Blossom trio. For some reason, these are getting so popular again. I see people talking about them, and of the trios that I've tried, Orange Blossom is my favorite. So I love hearing people talk about them. My favorite shade is actually the middle shade. So, so beautiful. Oh my goodness, I love it so much. But I do have like a Project Pan, just matte brown eyeshadow in here. I have a couple greens from Makeup Geek. Then I think this is a Natasha Denona shade. This is from Glam Shop, and this is Sydney Grace. So I have a whole bunch, kind of like a mishmash of things in here, but you know, peach, green and yellow. I'm interested to reach for these tones this time of year. And as far as a palette goes, if you guys have been keeping up with my Beauty Bank series, then you know the latest thing that came into my collection, the Pat McGrath Divine Rose palette, and I have already been testing this so much. But I'm going to put it into this Shop My Stash since I'm going to be using it anyway, and I'm sure a lot of you know what this looks like, but I'll give you guys another look. I think I'm going to save like a full-on review for this until a speed reviews video, but I have been enjoying it muchly. All right, I think that's everything I wanted to pull out. Thank you guys so much for following along with this project. Again, I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. I will see you again very soon in my next one. Bye, guys.